What's up, everybody? George here. I'm here with my good friend Ryan Lance. Ryan, how are you?
I'm doing very well today.
That's good, Ryan. You've been playing Splatoon for about a week now.
About a week.
Yeah, it's been about a week since launch. So I'm here to ask your general impression. It's going to be sort of a review, but very casual. Very casual.
I like
no
casual.
pants. You don't know that. You don't know that. Anyways.
I know that. It's weird.
So Ryan, what do you think about the game? Is it good?
I would dare to say, and this is a Ryan Lance exclusive, that Splatoon is a good game.
Okay. So for those uninformed, what is Splatoon?
Splatoon is a third-person shooter by Nintendo, which I know you probably never thought you'd hear that statement ever. It's a third-person shooter by Nintendo where the objective is to...
Cover ground, right?
Cover ground, yes. Each team has a color ink, and you're supposed to get as much as your team's ink on the ground as possible. Killing people, that does nothing. You want to focus on covering as much ground as possible.
So let's talk about the game modes in the game for the multiplayer. So how many game modes, and explain them. What are they?
Casual game mode is the turf war, which I described before. The objective is to get as much of your team's ink on the ground, and then there is the ranked, which is splat zones, which it's a very capture the flag-esque kind of mode where there's a specific area where you have to cover, and your team has to cover that area for a specific amount of time.
But you haven't reached that level yet.
I'm like a fourth of the way there.
So you cannot report on that.
I cannot report on that.
Alright, well, okay. Game. So what are some of the weapon classes, the types of weapons you see in the game?
The three main types of weapons are the standard gun, the sniper-esque weapon, and the paint roller. I don't know the specific names of the first two, but the standard gun is your typical, it shoots ink, it's good at firing people and covering ground. The sniper is good for... It's not great at covering ground, but it shoots long range and it hits targets hard. And the paint roller is good for covering ground fast, but it's not good against fighting other people because it does not shoot forward. All it does is lay ink on the ground.
And there's some variations between those classes, right?
Yeah, every different weapon has a different like fire rate or ink capacity, and there's sub-weapons to everything. So there's a lot of different variety, even within those three kind of limited categories.
And I think you told me you like the standard weapon a lot, the shooter?
The main shooter, yeah, I think that's the best because it's good for any situation.
Before the game released, I noticed that a lot of people were using the roller. And spoilers, this game doesn't have any voice chat, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So is that an issue you've been running in, where people in your team, since you can't communicate, have the same weapon, or has that disappeared since the beta?
When I played the beta, yeah, it was pretty much ink roller versus ink roller, and that was that made me worried. But playing the actual game, I feel like people learned when a specific weapon was useful
For that map.
for that map. Yeah.
Yes. So let's talk about the map. So at launch right now, how many maps are there?
Five.
5. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's not much. And you can't, for what I understand, when you started playing this, it seems like you can't choose.
No. Every day there's 2 maps for either casual or ranked that you can playable. When you start up the game, the 2 Inkling Superstars will tell you which maps are available today, and you will only play on those 2 maps, and it's random each battle what map it is.
Okay, so how do you feel about that? So at launch right now, do you think it's enough?
All the maps are a lot of fun, and there's a lot of variety in them. I don't like how there's only 2 per day. I've run into a problem where sometimes I'll be playing for an hour or so, and I've run into the same map multiple times in a row, and that gets that gets annoying pretty quick. So I wish more than just 2 maps available, and more maps are coming in the form of free updates, which is good.
Right.
If they were DLC,
That'd be a big problem.
I would be very
That's
upset.
a big problem. So, yeah, I think that covers a lot of the multiplayer. It sounds like you like it. Okay, so let's talk about the single player. So, how is the single player?
I'm about 3/4 way through now, and it's a lot of fun.
Is it good?
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of
It's
fun.
a lot of fun.
Okay, so let's
Good
talk.
times are had.
Okay, so is there a story? Is there an overarching objective here?
The story is the Squid's main enemy is the Octarians, and they kidnapped the great Zapperfish, and you have to get it back.
What is this great Zapfish? Does it have...
The great Zapfish powers Inkopolis, which is
the hub
the
world.
city, the hub world of the Inklings. and you gotta get the Great Zebrafish back, or else all the power will get out of the Great Ink Town, or whatever it's called. I already forgot.
How far do you think you are?
I'm about 3/4 way.
3/4? And how many hours do you think you put into that?
Quite a bit. I'm not totally
3
sure.
to 4, 4 to 5?
Probably like 3 to 4. I
Okay.
bet. I'm flying through it, I feel.
So are these, I'm assuming these are levels. Are they actual levels? or
They're
are they
actual
just challenge
levels.
maps?
There's been 1 or 2 times where it's the same map as the multiplayer,
Oh.
but I've played over 20 levels, so that's not a big deal. But each level is designed with a specific gimmick or a specific theme to it, and you just gotta go.
Oh, okay. Is it challenging, or how difficult is it? I think I've seen some game that doesn't look terribly difficult.
It's not super difficult. It has a nice curve to it. Like, it increasingly gets difficult, but there's no point where it's like, this escalated so quickly.
Okay.
It's a nice gradual way up.
Okay. And so you say you're about 3/4 in, so I'm assuming you've seen some bosses. So how are the boss fights? Are they
The
are they
boss
inspired?
fights
Are they really
are
cool?
super cool. They're
I saw you fighting some like block guy.
yeah, the block guy is the first boss.
Challenging, inventive.
They're not super challenging, but they're a lot of fun and really creative in their ways. Like the squid guy, you have to get him to knock over, and then you gotta climb up him and shoot the little tentacle
Okay.
out of him.
So you're
And
3/4. So how many bosses have you played?
I believe 3.
3?
I
Okay.
believe 3.
That's cool. So the big question, because I originally was just going to play a single player, but then I saw the multiplayer, and you talked to me. It looks really cool. So for someone who bought this game just for the campaign, do you think they'd be satisfied or getting their money's worth out of that?
I don't know. That's the thing. The main focus of the game is definitely the multiplayer, but the single player there's a lot to it. Don't know if the single player by itself
Is
worth
it?
60.
And it's a Nintendo game, so they'll probably not drop the price every time.
Not anytime soon, no. So that sounds like a bad thing, I know, but the multiplayer is a lot of fun too. And the
So you're
single
saying-
player is a lot of fun, and together they make
So
a
if you go
great
open-minded,
package.
they'll be like, you need to try out this multiplayer.
Yeah, the multiplayer is great,
Try it. Okay.
and it's the main focus of the game. So.
Alright, so one last thing to talk about, because it's a fucking Nintendo game.
Yes.
What's the amiibo support? So there's some amiibo, right, out for this game?
There's some amiibo. I got them right here.
Okay, alright, so there's 3 of them, right?
There's 3. There's the Inkling Girl, the boy, and the green squid.
That green squid, okay. And so what's their primary thing they give you? What do you get out of these guys?
When you tap the amiibo to the gamepad, it unlocks challenge maps. The Inkling Girl gives you sniper challenges, the Inkling Boy gives you roller challenge, and the green squid gives you either time challenges or limited ink challenges.
Okay, and you also get some exclusive gear, I think, from it, right?
Yes,
I
if
mean-
you do enough of them, you'll unlock more money to buy more items with, you'll unlock exclusive gear, and you'll unlock money to unlock stuff in the single player mode too.
Okay. Well, if you think that's worth, I guess that depends the person by person. If you think that's worth.
I think it's really worth it.
The figures I'm looking at right here, they look really nice. They look
Figures
really
are probably
really
the
cool.
best figures.
I think, yeah, I
the
agree. I think
Amiibos
they've
have
made so
done,
far.
yeah.
Really sweet. I'm all about the Inkling Girl.
The challenges they give you are based off the single player levels, and on all the single player levels you have to use the standard shooter. So having the different kind of way to look at the levels is really interesting, and it offers a lot of different challenges, and it's just so good.
All right then. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's Splatoon. Ryan, it seems like Ryan enjoyed it. Ryan.
My review, my official score is it's really good.
Okay.
Give it a shot.
It's really good. There you go. So there you go, guys. Splatoon. So thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.